Oh gitu, malah terlempar ya? Oke, sebentar,
Ya.
sebentar. Oke, mungkin terkendala sinyal begitu. Oh, bisa?
Halo?
Ya.
Oke, siap, baik Pak Presiden. Bagus. Oke, coba cek suara lagi Bapak.
Cek suara.
Siap. Bagus Bapak,
Oke.
iya.
Oke.
Lancar ya, siap.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kepada yang terhormat pengurus MN di seluruh Nusantara, di pusat maupun di daerah, kepada narasumber, sama panitia, Mas Wahid, kemudian Mbak Pinta dari Casio, dan narasumber utama, Smith Hiller. Segala puji kita panjatkan kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa, karena pada hari ini kita diberikan kesehatan sehingga kita Bapak sekalian bisa menghadiri walaupun dalam jarak jauh, dalam online, tetap kita harus bersyukur kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa. Bapak sekalian, kali ini sebenarnya adalah kali kedua kita MN bekerjasama dengan JKU, Johannes Kepler University Austria ya. Kalau dulu dengan Miss Tita, sekarang dengan Mas Wahid ya. Keduanya beliau itu adalah mahasiswa S3 yang sedang kuliah di JKU atau Johannes Kepler University. Bapak sekalian, sebagai guru matematika, kita tidak boleh tertinggal dalam hal teknologi ya. Teknologi ini selalu berkembang. Kalau kita guru matematika itu tidak bisa beradaptasi dengan teknologi, maka tentu kita akan ketinggalan zaman ya. Kalau dulu media pembelajaran itu kan cukup dengan teks, berikutnya ada gambar, berikutnya berkembang dengan video gitu ya. Nah, sekarang sudah berkembang yang namanya AR ya, atau VR ya. Nanti ada juga materi tentang itu. Jadi yang jelas Bapak sekalian, peserta webinar ya, kita tidak boleh ketinggalan, kita harus selalu meningkatkan kompetensi kita. Saya pikir hanya sampai di sini pembukaan saya, mudah-mudahan kita selalu diberi kesehatan sehingga bisa mengikuti 4 kali webinar dengan menyebut nama Allah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, pada jam 7.57 kita atau jam 7.58 ya, 7.58 WITA, saya nyatakan seri webinar MN Computing Thinking secara resmi dibuka. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oke, sampai di sini saya akhiri. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Baik, terima kasih Pak Presiden atas motivasinya ya Bapak Ibu. Ini untuk kita bersama. Mudah-mudahan semakin semangat untuk mengikuti webinar series ini dari awal hingga akhir nanti ya Bapak Ibu. Dan mudah-mudahan kita nanti juga mendapatkan hadiah dari Mas Wahid ya Bapak Ibu. Nanti akan ada yang berkesempatan untuk itu hingga akhir nanti ya Bapak Ibu, asal sampai kepada tahap implementasinya. Baik Bapak Ibu, pas sekali waktu di laptop saya menunjukkan 18.59 ya, karena di sesi inti nanti Bapak Ibu jangan sampai ketinggalan, mari kita ikuti bersama narasumber hebat kita yaitu Eva Smith Haller yang akan dipandu langsung oleh Mas Wahid Yunianto yang akan membawakan Colette, mungkin saya salah menyebutkannya, nanti bisa dia dibetulkan. Computational Thinking for Teachers in Europe. Ya, Bapak Ibu sudah siap mengikutinya, Bapak Ibu ya. Mari kita ikuti, please welcome Eva Smith Haller dan Mas Wahid Yunianto.
Oke, thank you Bu Dia. Terima kasih banyak Bapak Ibu semuanya. Eva, are you ready now?
I am ready. Hello.
Oh, you are ready. Cool. So
Nice.
before you start your presentations, let me introduce you to our participants. Baik, Bapak Ibu, Eva Smith-Haller ini adalah mahasiswa S3 juga, senior saya di kampus, dan beliau juga bekerja sebagai asisten dosen di sini di Departemen STEM Education. Kemudian di sini juga sedang mengerjakan proyek Colette ini yang digunakan untuk guru-guru di Eropa. Jadi Bapak Ibu guru peserta di sini adalah Bapak Ibu guru di luar Eropa pertama kali yang mendapatkan akses untuk Colette ini. Tepuk tangan dulu. Jadi Bapak Ibu harus bangga karena Bapak Ibu adalah orang Indonesia pertama yang diberikan atau orang luar Eropa pertama yang diberikan akses untuk menggunakan aplikasi ini, dan Eva juga sudah menggunakannya, diteliti di beberapa negara, dan besok Juli akan ada konferensinya. Silahkan Bapak Ibu nanti setelah mendapatkan sesi ini, dicobakan ke siswa, dibuat artikel atau makalah, Bapak Ibu bisa submit di conference yang besok akan dilaksanakan di bulan Juli. Nanti akan saya share di grup WhatsApp. Bapak Ibu sudah punya publikasi internasional. Baik, without further ado, Eva, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the nice introduction. I only could pick up a few things. I hope you can understand me, and the sound is loud and clear.
Yeah.
Please, everyone, when you go to the chat, you can see that I provided already the presentation, which I'm going to start for everyone, so you can download it and reuse it in your schools. And I also provided it as a PDF, so you can use it. So I will share my screen. So, you can see my screen now, right?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much for everyone who was filling out the survey. I copy-pasted this sentence also into the chat. And if in case you do not have filled in the survey yet, please do it. The questions aren't mandatory, and I think 100% started the questionnaire and didn't finish it. So please just send, and so I can may have your data. It's anonymous, of course. So thank you very much for those who already filled in. So let's start with our webinar. Normally it's interactive, so I'm here in person, but today we do a little bit of an experiment, right? Mm-hmm. And Wahid, you are helping me with the translation, or maybe with the chat, if in case someone has questions. On this slide, you can see a link to our Colette project as well. It's an Erasmus Plus project. It's co-funded by the European Union and 6 institutions. In the beginning, it was 7 participate. So it's not only Austria. The main lead is Germany, and I am providing examples for this Colette app. The Colette app is an educational application, in short, a learning app. And Colette is a very nice name, I think, with a very nice logo, and this stands for Computational Thinking Learning Environment. So it's a learning app for teachers all over Europe, and maybe for you and your country as well. I hope so. So please use our material. So we're a big crew with nice pictures from all of the countries. So what are we going to do? I want to give a short introduction. I want to tell you what is computational thinking. I'm pretty sure many of you already know what computational thinking is and why you should use Learning app. And after this part, maybe download the app and register to the web portal. I've seen many of you already did that already. And that was a very, very funny story. Yesterday, one of my programmers wrote me, and he thought maybe that some bots were attacking our web portal or something like that, collecting the data, because he was so confused because so many people were already registered to our web portal. So thanks for that. I wrote him, oh no, please. There are humans, no bots, so please, everything is fine. So after downloading and the registration process, so many of you already did that, I want you to try out the app and maybe answer your questions and give you some background information in case you need that. And then I will send you an evaluation link. Maybe there's room for discussion. So that's the main structure of this webinar. It's very interactive. So we'll send you into breaks where you can try it out at home, and on the PDF and on the PowerPoint, on the files I've already sent you, there are QR links and codes and some test accounts, because I've seen some of you struggled with the download and registration process. Our programmers are already working on those issues. So in case it didn't work, I've provided test links also, so everyone can try the app out. So let's start with the introduction. What is an educational application? Yes, it's short for a learning app. So it's a digital resource it's by its definition, which supports learning. Yeah, it supports learning within a framework of all school lessons, or within the schools, or within a learning experiment in the school, in a lesson, or outside of school. So it's independent from school lessons as well. Students and educators, so you as a teacher, can use those mobile devices. So you need a smartphone or a tablet. You can use those mobile devices and the application to develop, practice, deepen, repeat, or structure your content for mathematics education, for instance, or to pursue your own ideas of interest. So that's a general definition what an educational application is. But here in Austria, we are a little bit more strict what a learning application, a learning app is. We want the Ministry of Education wanted to provide teachers with a structure, with guidelines, with good criteria what makes a learning app what makes learning app good, which one is the right learning app. So they invented a seal of approval. It's called. In German, it's called Gütesiegel, and there's the link provided to that. So there is now a seal of approval, which learning apps are good in terms of some quality criteria. So it's the same definition. A learning app is an application to develop, practice, deepen, and so on and so on. Learning content, of course, to promote and support interest-based learning. So that's similar. But it's no organization, no app, it's no calendar, no to-do list, no app that is used to design a learning experience or learning environment, no reference work, so no collection of formulas for mathematics, no dictionaries for language subjects, and so on and so on. And the app does not rely exclusively on user-generated content. So programmers and developers themselves have to provide content. all those points does our learning app do already. The app has to be available in apps in the Apple Store and in the Play Store, so for iOS and Android. Or the application is a standalone as a platform-independent application, web-based. That's a new feature since last year. The seal of approval was implemented 2 years ago in 2021 in a big digitalization wave which swept over Austria. The app can fully be used without an accompanying textbook or additional device. So it has to be used alone, no further additional things are needed, and data security, of course, is a big issue, and no advertisements. Our learning app, Colette, fulfills all those criteria, and in the next round for those applications for the seal of approval, the Colette app will apply for the seal of approval that will be in autumn 2023. So I included your answers from the morning. Many more already filled in the questionnaire. So on question, what is an education and application short learning app? Around 60% already knew what the learning app is. And for those who completed the questionnaire, already 74 of you are already using learning apps in your lessons, maybe for preparation within your active lessons or for follow-up. Also very interesting, when do you use learning apps, before, in, or after your lessons? Many of you, almost 66% now, are using them, of course, in their active lessons, for project works, for introduction of new mathematic contents, for repetition, for deepening of mathematic content, for gaming or entertainment. And around 40% of you are using them for homework. And what I really found interesting, over 40% are using it for correction work. So all the stuff after the lesson going on, for the follow-up, correction, for grading, for feedback for your students. It was super interesting and differ very, very quite from Austrian teachers, because Austrian teachers are mainly using it for their active lessons, but do not use it for feedback or grading, which I found very, very interesting to do the comparison. Yes, and around 40%, a little less, are using it for your own research, for the creation of exercises, for worksheets, equipment, and for your presentations in your class. And I wanted to provide you with your 44 different learning apps all of you are currently using. And GeoGebra was the most named app, of course. And the next one was Quizzes. And the other ones were only named once or twice. So GeoGebra is very common. It's one of the most common mathematics application in Austria as well. So that's we have in common here. So, but I wanted to provide you with all of the other apps your colleagues are using. So please go through the PDF and through the PowerPoint. So maybe there's something you can use for your lessons as well. So the next question maybe aroused in your lessons or in your school or with some guardians or students. Why should you as a teacher use educational applications? What does literature say? Of course, when you take a look on case studies with learning apps, so there are different answers, and there are hundreds, thousands of case studies with learning apps. One say learning apps are the answer to everything. The other ones say, oh, there's no positive learning output whatsoever, and there's so much more in the middle. So, but there's a positive trend when you are combining traditional analog things with some concrete use of a learning app, a strategic use, not too often and not for a too long period of time, but a strategic use. There are many advantages to use it in your mathematics or in the STEM education field, because it increases motivation, cooperation, collaboration within your students. There's this connection to gaming, so there's a bridge to the gaming factor, so it enhances and increases the entertainment factor. A big advantage is that you can use the app anywhere, everywhere, anytime. So the students can work alone or individually when they want to work with the app, maybe when you in a project work or for homework. If the app has special features like virtual reality, immersive learning, some features like augmented reality, what our app Colette has, there is this big advantage that very complex concepts, mathematical concepts can be visualized. So the students or the user understands it in a very simple way. And if the app provides automatic feedback, it's a super time-saving way. And our app has this feature as well. So you can talk with your students in our digital classroom and provide feedback, and the students can answer and write you, and you can answer their questions. And when they are solving a task, they get immediate feedback if the task is correct, solved or not. And with our augmented reality view, the students can visualize the structures they are creating in augmented reality in 3D, and so they can see the solution. I have to open my door now because my cat is crying. And she distracts me. I'm so sorry. So there are so many advantages with the right and correct way and use of learning app in your lessons. So what is Colette now? Talked already about it. It's a two-component system, so it contains of a mobile app and a web-based web portal. The web portal is for the teachers and the mobile apps for the students. On the web portal, there are so many tasks from different type of tasks, promoting computational thinking, and the teacher can assess, you as a teacher can assess our web portal. That's why I asked you to register beforehand. You can enter the web portal, you can go through already created learning paths. So that's a learning path with different kind of tasks for computational thinking. So it's like a virtual worksheet. And the teacher can provide such a learning path with different exercises. You as a teacher can access already created ones, or you can adapt already created ones, or you can create your own tasks. After you have finished with your task, and I will show you how this works, you can send this learning experience, this learning path as a PIN code with a code to your students, and the students enter the code in their app, and then they can see your learning path, you create it. So that's the main idea. So basically, the teacher creates tasks within a learning path, it is called. After the teacher is finished and satisfied with his learning path, maybe it's as part of a project, or maybe as a homework, or maybe as an introduction, repetition of mathematical stuff. And then he sends the code to his students. They enter the code, and then on their smartphone or on the tablet, they can see the task, and then they can solve it at home or at school or as a group work and so on. Yes, and within our Colette app, there are task families. It's another word for type of tasks. So there are 8 different types of tasks which are promoting computational thinking. So that's what is so innovative with our learning app. On the one hand, that the tasks are promoting computational thinking, and on the other hand, that we are using augmented reality for visualization, for spatial orientation, and so on. But what is computational thinking? Maybe to sum it up, to give an introduction, maybe to repeat it. Maybe some of you, but I'm pretty sure all of you already have heard about computational thinking. Computational thinking is a really, really important skill, one of the major 21st century skills, it's called. It's refers to a problem-solving approach that draws upon some method used in computer science, but not only in computer science. It's not limited to computer science or programming. It is a mindset. Computational thinking is a mindset everyone can use, which can be applied to various disciplines and in all of the subjects. Not only in mathematics, in all subjects. Today I want to build a bridge to STEM and mathematics, of course. And computational thinking you can find in real life situations, not only mathematics, in real life situations as well. Maybe when you are cooking an egg, so it's a step-by-step introduction with a cook recipe. How to cook an egg is computational thinking. You have to do step by step to get what you want. So there are 4 key components, as you can see on the right side on the slide, what computational thinking is. One big thing is on the left side, it's decomposition. How to, when you're breaking down a big problem, a complex problem into smaller pieces, so the student or you as an educator can manage those problems in simpler parts. The next big thing of computational thinking, key component of computational thinking is pattern recognition. When students and you as a teacher are identifying similarities, such patterns within a problem. When now you have the ability to extract common patterns or principles, maybe from specific examples, to allow for broader application and for broader understanding. First, you break it down into a smaller piece and a smaller problem, so it's manageable. Then, in the next step, you are identifying patterns, similarities, and then in the next step, you look at this pattern to draw a broader understanding, so that makes the generalization. Next part of computational thinking, very important, is abstraction, where a computational thinker is only focusing on important details and ignoring irrelevant information. Just look on the important details. That's also computational thinking. The next important thing is algorithmic design or algorithmic thinking. That's what I said with cooking an egg. It's creating a step-by-step introduction for procedures to solve a problem. So it's a step-by-step instruction. With this goes along the term debugging. It's important to identify issues, errors within your algorithm, within your algorithmic design, and in the next step to use automation. So you are using technology or programming to automate repetitive tasks or procedures. So you're reducing manual effort and are increasing efficiency. So that's main. It's a very broad and simple explanation based on Wing and Bocconi what computational thinking is. Breaking down complex problems in manageable things, identify similarities, look on the broader picture for a broader understanding, abstract things only to focus on important details, and create a step-by-step introduction. Go through your algorithm, debug things, find problems, and try to use technology to automate repetitive tasks and procedures. I really like this slide here. It's maybe you can use this one in your school. We are all computational thinkers here. So there are a lot of computational thinking concepts like logic, which you can use in mathematics, of course, evaluation, algorithms. I've already told you about patterns, decomposition, abstraction, of course, and different approaches like experimenting, tinkering with games maybe, or with an app, creating things, finding an error and fixing them, debugging, preserving that students and you are as a teacher keep going to find a solution, to find the bug, the mistake, and that students or you or we as educators are working and collaborating together. So that's a big picture of what computational thinking is. So when we go back to our learning app, Colette, I've already told you there are many types of tasks called task families, which are promoting computational thinking as well. And today I want to introduce you to one of those type of tasks. It's called building cubes. It's block-based programming, similar to Scratch, similar to Alice or Google Blockly. I could see from the answers that one or two of you are already using Scratch. I've seen that 5 or 6 computer science teachers are here. So this is maybe this is something for you as well from a different angle and perspective. When you look on building cubes, we can provide, I think it's 30, 40 different scenarios. I will show you later. This part is what should the students do? They should implement an algorithm. So the main computational thinking here is algorithmic design, algorithmic thinking. And the next computational thinking skill is decomposition, abstraction, generalization. And in addition, students, whilst using augmented reality, are promoting spatial skills and coordinate in the coordinate system as well. So that's the main skills which are targeted here in this type of task. This is an overview of the learning experience, the learning path I created. You should test. The first task is to build an L shape. It's a very simple one. to build this L on a virtual chessboard. In the next task, you should try to use some loops, and in the third task, maybe use nested loops to build this structure. It's a building from the Netherlands. It's called CCTV. This is how our worksheets look like if mathematics teachers or computer science teachers or teachers want to use worksheets, hands-on worksheets as well, where they can, the students and the educators can see how those blocks look like and which commands the students or you as teacher needs to use to get to the results that this L shape is created. In the next task for using loops, you need not only to set a block to a specific place on this chessboard, like 1, 1, 1 would be here, 1, 2, 1 would be here, something like that. So students or you, when you try it out, have to change the variables, of course. And whilst using loops, this block command is used. It's green, where you can repeat some of your commands. Please, when you are trying out the app, go back to those slides. That's why I already sent it to you. Please go back, have a look, and please ask questions, of course. For those who haven't installed the app yet, these are the links to the Apple Store and the Play Store, as well as QR codes. So when you go back to the PDF or to the PowerPoint, go to the slide, you can take your smartphone or tablet and please I don't know the word, just use the QR code to go to the site and install, please, the app now. After this whole installation process, I want to provide one of these learning experiences. I called it date. It's called demo. And when you need your tablet and smartphone now, please. So you need this PIN code. It's P5416. I created this task in the web portal, and that is what I see as a teacher. And I see this PIN code, and when I want my students, or in this case you, to solve the task, I only send you P5416, and you have to enter it in your smartphone. How does this work? I will show you. So here it's the same screenshot again. You need the path number for your students, and you need to send it to your students. Of course, this learning experience, this learning path has 3 tasks I've already showed you. It's the small L, the bigger L with the loops, and the CCTV tower with nested loops. To solve this exercise, you need the augmented reality marker. It's in the PDF and in the PowerPoint as well. You need to this one, it was in the email as well, but you please use my files to go back to this slide. And this is how it looks like when you're trying out the app. So when you open your smartphone or tablet after you did the installation and registration process on your smartphone as a user, as a student, from a student point of view, you have your smartphone or tablet in your hand and installed the app already. So you open it, and in this part, you can see a little cross here. When you click on this part, this window appears, this panel, I think it's called panel or window, I don't know. And here you can enter the code P5416, and then you click on Add. Vahid, can you tell me if there are any questions in the chat? Maybe it's too fast, so I can we'll go back, something like that.
Yeah. I will wait a moment. So
yes, after the installation process,
Bapak
it's
Ibu
here.
silahkan membuka aplikasinya di handphone yang sudah diinstal aplikasinya, kemudian masukkan kodenya. Jadi kode ini adalah kelas atau aktivitas yang kita rancang di portal di webnya. Jadi kebetulan di sesi ini Eva sudah memberikan aktivitas di kodenya P5416. Silahkan buka aplikasinya, tambahkan tanda plus yang ada di pojok kanan atas, kemudian masukkan kodenya add, kemudian akan muncul aktivitasnya. Silahkan. Bapak Ibu mohon maaf untuk layarnya jangan dicoret-coret ya. Terima kasih. Okay, Eva, you may continue.
Yes, so but for those who have still problems with the registration, with installation, I provided test accounts as well. I will show them at the end. So after you've installed your app and created a path like this and have the number of the code you need for your students, now we switch to the perspective of the students. They open their app on the smartphone or tablet and are entering the app with the code. In our case, it's P5416, and they click on Add. Then the next panel or window appears on the next side. It's our demo we are trying out today. It's this little picture of this L shape. Then then you have to click on this one. You go to, then on the next side, you can see a description of our task that we are testing the app. Please test the app with this free task practice learning path. And you have to click on Start. So the learning path is initializing, and then on the next picture, you can see the different tasks. It's task 1, it starts with task 1. So here we go. You have to click on task 1, and then this page appears. So that's what you see in your app. Here, you can find the different commands in block form like these. I've shown you on the task sheet already. You find them in the section cubes. You find the set a block at X, and then there are different variables, and you can click on that one, and via drag and drop, or in some devices you can use your finger, you can swap over your screen and put and set the block here like a puzzle to initialize cubes, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. I just put it in with the right coordinates and where the L has to be. I know, of course, the solution, but if students or you, of course, whilst testing have some issues, you can always click on this picture here, which leads you to a picture of the L. So you can count the red blocks like this, looks like this, then you can count the blocks and see how it looks like anytime. And when you are satisfied with your blocks or completely lost within your blocks, you can test your results. You can delete, of course, individual blocks because you did put something from here or from here. You can't use it, so you can, via drag and drop, you throw it into the trash can. You can reverse some of your actions and do it again, and you can test them, of course. When you are clicking on the point test, you are checking your object, what you are creating within this virtual chessboard via augmented reality, which looks like this. You need this CT scan, so you have to hold your smartphone over the CT scan or your tablet. You have to, you need maybe a printed version of the CT marker in your school, so you can check and view your solution or how you are doing within your code. You have to accept the access to camera, so your augmented reality feature works. And then you have to point at the CT scan to view the result. Here you can see it's a work in progress. This light red shade is the shape I want my students to create. I want them, it has to look like this L, so they can see this one from the beginning. And in this picture, you can see the students already put the correct block on the 111 section like this. It was set a block at 111. It's the correct version here. And he or she did it repeatedly. Of course, in this case, I was it, so of course it's right. And I put it here on the correct version. And now I can see and move around via augmented reality in the room, and I can see the L is now complete. It's correct. And when I'm satisfied with my result, with my code, I can check it. And when it's right, there are panel appeals where it stands, you have the correct code. And when something is wrong, like here, because it's not done yet, a panel appears which says, oh, it's a failure. You have to go over your code again, and so on and so on. And it's a really nice tool to have this augmented reality feature, so the students and you as a user can check your solution and your code whilst you are coding. After every block, you can test it. And if you are struggling, you can implement, you can look on the hints. Now there are some hints implemented, and you as a teacher can write in this hint whatever you want. You can write a very, very long text with a detailed hint which leads to the solution, or with a very simple hint like, okay, make a sketch out of your object. You want to create an L shape, make a sketch. So when you have very young students, you should provide a very long hint. Maybe, hey, you have to go to the cube section here. Please pick the lilac cube, which is called set a block at a very long hint. And you can provide 3 or more hints. You can write whatever you want in there to help them find the solution. My suggestion is, or in my experience, when they're inexperienced with block-based coding, you really should provide in the first learning experience a very long hint, a detailed hint. And when you are using the app more frequently, or the students are used to Scratch or some other block-based coding, or are older, you can provide a very short hint. Yes. Well, the next task 2, there are hints, and one of the learning goals is that you should use loops to answer this, this task, to get this bigger L shape, and then the third one to use nested loops as well. So here is the slide again. Bigger slide, the bigger CT scan. Maybe you can use it for your augmented reality marker. And for those who have issues with the app and couldn't install it, only have one device on hand, please use these QR codes or links which lead you to a learning experience with this free task I've already showed you. So you do not need to install the app as well. So here on this slide, I showed you 3 different solutions for this task. So you have a solution as well when you are trying out the app again with your students, or for you as well to have a sneak peek on the solution on 3 different solutions for the first task. So now it's time for the testing. So I will stop sharing my screen. So please, within the next half hour, so use it as a break, grab a coffee or a glass of water. Please open the PDF, please download and install everything. And when you have questions, Wahid and I will try to answer it. And please try it out. Please try out the QR codes if you have any issues with the application. And maybe Wahid, you can sum it up and repeat something.
Bapak Ibu diberikan waktu istirahat 15 menit, tapi jika Bapak Ibu mau mencoba aplikasinya, silahkan ada pertanyaan untuk membuat kubusnya pakai yang cubes ya. Jadi yang di drag yang cubesnya, jangan kontrolnya. Aktivitas 1 masih cube-nya, di drag dimasukkan XYZ-nya sesuai bentuk L-nya. Kalau Bapak Ibu membuat bentuk lain ya otomatis kalau dicek salah. Oke, silahkan istirahat selama 15 menit sambil menggunakan handphonenya. Jika ada pertanyaan boleh juga dilontarkan bagian mana yang perlu diulang. Silahkan ya. Pertanyaannya boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia, boleh dituliskan di chat. Silahkan istirahat sekitar 15 menit. Oke, Eva, we will take a break for 15 minutes.
Thank you very much.
Mister?
Ya?
Halo, sambilan istirahat, Mister, boleh didemokan ulang, Mister, dari awal gitu, Mister?
Silahkan Bapak buka, sebentar ya. Bapak
boleh
sudah buka ininya?
Iya, boleh saya bagi layar, Mister?
Iya, boleh, silahkan.
Oke, thank you, Mister.
Ya.
Ini dia, Mister, di sini saya.
Ya.
Seperti ini.
Ya.
Selanjutnya saya tes, saya klik tes ini. Dia muncul kamera.
Nah, kameranya harus diarahkan ke tadi yang ada tulisannya City AR yang harus di-scan, Pak, yang hitam-hitam. Arahkan ke
QR code-nya tadi ya?
Iya.
I see one issue here.
Yeah. Okay, Mister. Okay, thank you.
He has to connect the yellow one, the initialized cube, the yellow one with the lilac one. They have to be connected like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Only when they are connected.
Okay. Don't forget to connect the initialize, itu bloknya harus ditempelkan ya. Jangan berdiri sendiri, nempel. Harus nempel, oke, Bapak Ibu. Kalau yang sudah pernah main Scratch juga sama. Dia harus nempel, ya, nempel. Ada yang sudah berhasil? Siapa? Coba, mau share siapa yang berhasil? Bu Eka, coba boleh share screen nggak Bu Eka? Atau boleh? Bu Eka? Bu Soni Pancapurba, oke. Pertanyaannya, dengan blocks terus to be built 5 tables on top of.
Yes,
Karena hanya 3.
when you are only using the lila and lilac ones, you need 5 like this. You need to oh, that's it's an L with 4. It's not right. You need to set a block here at 1, 1, 1. You need to set a block on 2, 1, 1, and you need to set the block on 3, 1, 1, like this. So after this blocks, it's 1, 2, 3. When you look at on the augmented reality, it looks like this. So all of these 3 are red now. And then you need to continue with two blocks here, 1 and 2. So in the end, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to, this one is incorrect because it's the L is bigger. So you need to set the block on epsilon 2. So here x epsilon 2 and 3. So it's this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, 5.
Oke, jadi saya ulangan ya Bapak Ibu ya. Kalau kodenya sudah benar diisi koordinatnya, misalnya koordinatnya kubusnya di 2, 1, 1, 1, maka yang ini 2, 1, 1 ini akan memerah, lebih merah lagi ya. Ya, memerah lagi. Jadi Bapak Ibu yang belum merah banget itu berarti belum ada programnya, belum ada kodenya ya, bloknya belum. Jadi silahkan diisi sesuai bentuk L-nya ini. Kalau bentuknya L segitu ya butuhnya cuma 6 sebenarnya. 5 maksudnya. Okay, enjoy your break actually, but since it is interesting karena ini menarik, Bapak Ibu jadi tetap ingin mencobanya. So as it is interesting, they still want to explore this.
Yes, of course they should. They should. You should explore it. Of course, it's a break and it's a testing phase. So for the next half an hour, grab a copy and test it and try that. And when you have question, write it into the chat. And that's why you and I are here to answer your questions, because I really want the application to work and for you to test it. So move around, stand up, shake it up, because 2 hours are a very long time to sit in front of the computer. Just use it whilst you are moving.
Oke, Bapak Ibu kalau tidak sempat ngeprint AR-nya untuk di-scan, silahkan kodenya scan virtual reality-nya dikirim ke HP istrinya atau suaminya atau anaknya, terus pakai tampilan di HP suami atau anak atau pasangannya dibuat untuk ngelihat hasil virtual reality-nya. Gitu. Atau boleh juga file PDF file yang ada di PPT tadi dibuka, kemudian diarahkan ke PPT-nya ya. Setelah diklik tes, Bapak Ibu akan tahu bahwa kodenya sudah benar atau salah. Maksudnya AR-nya gimana Pak? Belum di-capture gimana? Kan ada kode hitam-hitam ya, yang ini ya, itu bisa di-scan ya. Jadi silahkan diarahkan hitam-hitam yang wah sudah pada bisa ya. Oke. Bu Sorta, Bu Sony gimana? tesnya akan menunjukkan itu salah atau benar, Bu Lailatul. Jadi kalau misalkan udah benar, maka akan muncul prompt benar gitu. Saya akan tunjukkan ya di handphone saya. Ada yang sudah berhasil lagi? Ada kesulitannya di mana, Bapak Ibu? Boleh menggunakan bahasa Indonesia, boleh di-unmute juga boleh.
Itu Pak Uncok Manigor, raise hand. Apakah ada yang mau ditanyakan mungkin, Mas Tauhid?
Ya, silahkan yang mau raise hand, Bapak Ibu.
Ada Pak.
Ya, silakan.
Aku kan sudah coba tuh. Yang pertama, ketika aku mau mengubah ini apa namanya, yang 1112 variabelnya, angka dari variabelnya, misalnya aku ada mau tambahin, tahu-tahu mau kurangin lagi gitu, untuk bagian delete-nya itu bisa nggak berfungsi. Itu yang pertama, gimana cara untuk menghapus blok yang kita tambahkan. Terus yang kedua, ketika aku sudah cek ke IR markernya itu aku nggak bisa lihat semuanya karena layarnya itu kayak nyeblak semua ke layar gitu. Jadi nggak terlihat semuanya dengan jelas. Cuman untuk yang merah-merahnya terlihat bentuknya 1, 2, 3, terus ada di atas blok-bloknya. Itu gimana ya Pak ya?
Okay, Eva, the question is how to remove the cubes or the blocks that already dragged, how to delete it, and the second one,
Yes, can you please say the question again?
Okay, the first question is they have already dragged some blocks or some cubes. Okay.
Yeah.
But how to delete it, to remove it, to erase it?
I see. So, one moment. So, yes. Here we go. When you go here. Yes. So, when they are connected, you can click on each of the blocks as well with your finger. You can move it around. You can touch every single block, and you can zoom in and zoom out of this checkerboard as well. And you can connect those two lilac blocks, and you can break them up as well. And when you have broken them apart, you can slide them into the trash box as well. And if this doesn't work, you can click here to reverse your move, to go back, go back, go back, go back, until to the point you are satisfied, because when you did something stupid, you can erase your movement.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this okay?
Jelas Pak Unco? Ada tanda sampah di situ?
Yeah, Mom, I already tried to trap the block to the trash, but didn't work for my device. Maybe there is another problem maybe.
When you are moving the block, here the trash can, the bin is closed, and here you can see it's open. When you move the lilac block to the trash, it's I don't know, it has to do a movement like this.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am, already work? Yeah, work. I already try again. Maybe because my connection is not good in here. Thank you so much.
No, it's totally fine. I had some issues at the beginning as well, because I had to get used to the block-based coding. My tip is when you are using your fingers on the screen, always to do this movement. When you're using your screen, to zoom in and to zoom out. So you see a better picture of your code, and then you can zoom in again. Because sometimes some little blocks got lost on the edge of this checkerboard, and you can't see it. So you have to zoom in and zoom out. So, oh, there's a lost block here. Just tap it and move it in the trash bin as well. Or reverse your movement until it's gone.
Jadi Bapak Ibu, jika tidak tampak semuanya atau yang tampak hanya bagian tertentu aja, bisa di zoom in sama di zoom out. Jadi bisa didekatkan, bisa dijauhkan. Kemudian Bapak Ibu tergantung kameranya, HP-nya. Jadi kalau yang di-scan itu generator AR-nya itu Bapak Ibu berpindah, Bapak Ibu bisa melihat dari samping kanan, samping kiri, samping atas. Jadi ini HP-nya gerak, Bapak Ibu bisa melihat sisi yang lain juga. HP-nya digerakkan ke sana, maka bisa lihat sisi kanan. HP-nya dilihat dari atas, bisa melihat agak atas. Oke? Sudah dicoba? Yes, Eva?
Yes, there's one question why hint 2 cannot be clicked. Because first of all, you have to, you can see it. First, you have to click on hint 1. After you clicked on hint 1, it's possible to click on hint 2, and then you can click on hint 3 or hint 4 or 5, how many hints you preserve for your students. In this case, I provided 3 hints, so you have to click on hint 1, then it pops up. In this case, hint 1 is sketch the L shape using cubes. Then hint 2 is notice that both legs of the L are the same length. And then I will provide a little help which block you should use and where to put it in the coordinate system. And then on the third hint, I give more information how this block is found. Then you can close it.
Ya. Sudah paham Bapak Ibu yang menggunakan hint-nya itu bertahap. Kalau hint 1 sudah diklik terus mau hint 3 nggak bisa, harus dari hint 1, hint 2 baru bisa hint 3, bertahap. Jadi nggak bisa hint 1 belum diklik pengen lihat hint 2 gitu, belum bisa. Jadi harus hint-nya diklik bertahap. Ada pertanyaan lain Bapak Ibu?
Halo, Mister.
Okay, there is a questions, Eva.
Ya, halo.
Ya, yes,
Halo.
please, Bapak.
Ya, Pak, ini mau izin Pak tanya. Ketika kita gunakan ini, CTR maker-nya ini si pemilik yang punya ya, Pak? Kalau kita nanti untuk berikutnya, gimana, Pak?
Ya, itu sama Pak, selalu bisa dipakai kapanpun, itu sama, semuanya sama.
Oh, gitu.
Itu dicetak aja, dicetak di kertas, itu bisa semua, itu nggak akan berbeda-beda. Jadi itu bisa digunakan untuk semua bentuk.
Ini hint-nya ini kan Pak kayak lembar kerja, ya kan?
Ya,
kayak lembar. Hint 1, 2, 3 ini kan kayak lembar
itu bukan hint itu kata bantu, bantuan. Jadi kalau misalkan kayak namanya hint itu petunjuk tuh. Jadi kalau misalkan
maksud saya nanti Pak, kalau ini saya terapkan ke siswa, misalkan kalau saya mau bangun dengan cara saya gitu, ini hint-nya kan udah tersedia. Gimana cara saya buat hint ini, Pak?
Nanti diajarin saat di web portal Bapak. Ini kan Bapak sebagai siswa dulu, nanti sebagai guru nanti.
Oke, siap. Thank you, Pak. Thank you.
Okay, solve. So Randa, are you asked questions? Do we have to use the same number of blocks as desired? If we put more, it will show the failure. So Eva,
Yes,
the program, yeah.
Yeah, when you are just using the lilac blocks, you need 5. 3 blocks for the X coordinate and 2 for the Y coordinate. You can use, of course, a loop as well. So it's the green block and 1 lilac one. So you can shorten your code as well. Yes, but if you're using more, it's a failure.
Yeah.
And when you have the correct code and on the side there's somehow still a block like this, when you have this correct code, but here is, for example, another block just loose, flying around in this checkerboard, it still shows failure. So you have to zoom in and out and look if there's something, some blocks are loose somewhere, just please delete them. Then the solution is correct. This is the right solution.
Jadi kalau ada blok yang masih blok lain masih tersisa di situ dan tidak digunakan, harus dihapus di tempat sampah ya Bapak Ibu ya. Karena walaupun tidak digabungkan, tetap dia akan membuat dideteksi jadi error atau failure ya. Jadi tetap harus dihapus. Kalau misalkan masih ada yang lain tidak digunakan, langsung dihapus saja di tempat sampah. Ada lagi pertanyaan Bapak?
Yeah. So this is the right solution when you try to connect those 5 blocks. When you use the CT scan, this one, it should look like this one.
Yeah, all are red or are orange or red. Yeah.
Orange
to
or red. Yeah.
And zoom out, you can click the plus and minus sign there, Pak.
Yes. Yes. On some devices, it works with the finger, of course, yes. And on some devices, it works with the finger and with the zoom in and zoom out of the plus and the minus, yes.
Yeah. You can actually use your finger to zoom in, zoom out, or to make it
like this.
But yeah,
the students will do like this.
Yes. Yes. Ya, HIN boleh dipakai, boleh dibuka Pak. HIN itu bantuan saja. Kalau misalkan nggak paham harus bikin apa gitu. Jadi nggak apa-apa dibuka semua HIN-nya. Kayak mengarahkan gitu. Oke, any more questions? Ada pertanyaan lain? Atau kendala apa yang dihadapi?
Cukup, Mister. Cuman hanya tadi zoom in, zoom out-nya itu ya, Mister.
Oke, sudah ya.
Oke.
Ada tanda plus minusnya Pak di layar HP-nya. Ada kan?
Di bagian aplikasi
di atas tempat sampah. Eva, could you show me the trash bin?
Yes, I will show you. I will. One moment.
The trash di atas tempat sampah itu ada tanda plus minusnya.
I will show you. I've opened the learning environment. It's similar to the app, but slightly different. But this trash bin is the same. It's on here. It's opened and closes when you move to the trash bin. In the app, it's not called, it's in the learning environment, it's called Programmer. And in the app, it's initialized cubes. And you find the block here, set a block. here you can move it around, and then you can click it here. And now it's on the point 3 to 1. It's somewhere here, so it's not in the correct position when you look it on up. So I want to start with this here, this cube. Of course, you can start one here, the next one here, then it all leads to the correct solution. So then you can use the next one, click it here, change the variables, and use the next one like this. The next one, even by clicking on when you are using the app or the learning environment, when you're clicking on a block, you can delete it, you can duplicate it. So next one, you can click on 2, you can click on 3, you can throw it in the trash bin. And now here you can see on the right side, the trash bin opens and then it's gone. Could you see that?
Yeah. So about to zooming in and zooming out, can you show your presentations? There is a plus sign and minus sign there.
Yes.
So you can click, Bapak bisa klik tanda plus sama minusnya untuk zoom in, zoom out.
It's there here.
Yeah. Yeah. Above the trash bin, there is a plus and minus symbol, right? So
Plus and minus.
Ibu bisa, ya.
Yeah.
Bisa dipencet itu untuk
yes,
zoom in,
here.
zoom out.
Plus and minus. That's zoom in and zoom out.
Clear, Bapak?
Clear, Mister.
Oke.
Untuk ngelihat yang dari samping, dari kiri kanan atas gitu, Mister tadi?
Gerakan HP-nya aja, Pak.
HP-nya gerakan HP-nya.
Ya, HP-nya digerakkan aja. Atau kalau dicetak di kertas, kertasnya yang digerakkan. Oke,
Mister. Tadi saya kan pakai laptop tuh, yang apanya, CT-nya saya pakai HP, terus HP saya gerak-gerakkan, tapi dia nggak, apa namanya, gerakannya itu nggak bisa, apa namanya, derajatnya itu hanya sekitar 10 ya, Mister. Kalau udah lebih itu dia nggak kelihatan gambarnya, apa nama, kubusnya lagi.
Karena layar itu kan kalau ditangkap di kamera itu kan ada kayak gerak-gerak atas bawah gitu ya, Pak ya. Kalau Bapak memfoto layar atau TV pasti sebenarnya dia ada gerak-gerakan. Nah, itu yang bikin nggak bagus kalau AR-nya masih di layar gitu. AR-nya baiknya dicetak.
Oke, Mister.
Gitu. Jadi kita sebenarnya ada cetakannya gitu yang bisa dipakai. Jadi sebaiknya dicetak, Bapak Ibu.
Oke, Mister. Tadi saya kira zoom in zoom out-nya itu untuk nge-zoom in zoom out kubusnya, Mister. Ternyata itu bloknya ya yang di zoom in zoom out.
Iya, supaya tidak terjadi failure, karena kalau misalkan ada program yang nggak digunakan di situ, tetap di situ, dia harus dibuang, jangan ditaruh di situ. Kalau dia masih di situ, kadang di sisi sebelah sana dia naruhnya, kegeser ke sana. Padahal nggak digunakan, ya.
Tadi saya kira zoom in zoom out-nya itu untuk kubusnya. Ternyata untuk melihat bloknya, Mister ya.
Untuk bloknya.
Thank you.
Ya. Oke. Adakah pertanyaan lain, Bapak Ibu? Tidak usah ragu. Bingung pertama nggak apa-apa, karena memang baru pertama kan?
Pak Wahyu, saya mau tanya lagi dong yang tadi.
Ya, silakan Bu Randa.
Yang tadi itu kan ini untuk tas 2 kan diminta buat 5 kubus di X sama 5 kubus di Y gitu kan ya. Nah, udah bikin seperti itu. Waktu dites udah bener. Tapi apa emang bloknya harus gimana gitu maksudnya? Karena kalau dites udah bener, tapi kok kalau dicek masih failure terus gitu. Itu yang tadi sempat ditanyain di awal.
Yang tas 2 itu harus menggunakan loop. Udah
pakai loop yang kontrol hijau itu kan warnanya.
Iya, yang hijau. Cek lagi ada program lain yang gantung yang nggak kepake nggak?
Nggak ada juga.
Bentar. Loopnya udah benar digunakan.
Nah itu
Repeat
apakah loopnya harus ada ketentuannya atau asal loopnya jalan dites bener kubusnya keluar jumlahnya sesuai gitu udah bisa dianggap benar atau belum gitu?
Harusnya benar kalau sudah menggunakan loop, kecuali kalau di tas 2, Bu Randa masih menggunakan blok, semuanya blok tanpa ada looping. Harusnya benar. So Eva, one of the participants confused, she already on the task 2, she used loop already, and she built the correct L shapes. But when she checks or tested, it shows failure.
Sometimes this happens when the students or users are putting one block over another. So please, yes, double. So please split up the code in individual blocks and click them individually together to follow every step via augmented reality to see if one block is over another block. We will fix that issue because in other use cases, we've already heard about that. So in future, you will see in the augmented reality view with a different color or with bigger lines that you've put a block over a block.
Jadi kemungkinannya ada yang double Bu Randa. Jadi itu memang belum kelihatan warnanya bahwa itu ada 2 kubus di dalam situ. Tapi kemungkinan itu ada 2 kubus di satu tempat. Coba dicek lagi ya. Ya, oke. Ada lagi Bapak Ibu?
Cukup, Mister.
Ya, blok bisa diduplikat ya Bapak Ibu ya. Jadi tidak usah membuat satu-satu, oke?
Oke, Mister.
Oke, so no more questions? Eva, will you proceed to the next one or what will you do?
Yes, so thank you very much for testing and be so interactive in this testing phase. So thank you very much for all of your questions. So that for me, it means that you're testing it, you want to know how it works. And yes, so after this webinar, I will send a link around. And if you have more questions and want more materials or want a one-on-one webinar or something like that for your students, more introduction, of course, I will provide it to you, because now we are 130 people. It's a lot, but if you're interested in a more in-depth introduction, of course, I will provide it. So now I want to show you how a learning experience of the learning path is created. So I will show my screen again. So now you've tested already created tasks. So I did them, of course. And now I want to show you how you can make your own learning path. But first of all, I want to give a sneak peek how we used our task families, our type of task from the Colette app in the classroom, how to combine it with all of other STEAM and STEM subjects to make it interdisciplinary, because as far as we could see and literature shows, to promote computational thinking in mathematics education, there's a big advantage when you combine it with other subjects like biology themes, something like that. So there you can see the students had to program this shape of a plant bed. Looks like this, like the task you already did, or to implement an algorithm of a mushroom or a tree or fruit or an egg. And then they had additional tasks. I did this with the mushroom in lower secondary school with 11-year-old students. So first of all, I talked about mushrooms. I give them some introduction about that. We watched a movie together, so they had information about mushrooms and of this one specific, of course. And then we went to the programming part, and they had to do this task as well. Or the same with different kind of trees, or in this case, we made some plant beds or pyramids out of wooden cubes. We did before. First, they had to make a scratch, not a scratch. First draft of this pyramid with those wooden cubes. Then they had to do some crafting out of paper like this. And it's the same with the L shape like you already did. So the first step with the younger ones is to do the wooden cubes and do some crafting, combining it with cress seeds or plants, something like that, and to build this plant bed. With older ones, I already created huge plant beds made of wood. It was an art project, something like that. So it's super creative, and you can use it in other subjects as well. There you can see I put the X and the I to show them to move around in the coordinate system, and where to put a block. And so on, and tried to explain what a loop is and how to create a loop and what a nested loop is, and so on. You can combine it with history or with some geography or with different subjects and themes. You can combine it, make it super, super interesting to implement this in your mathematics education as a short project. So there's a screenshot of the web portal. So now I will go to the web portal. So here we go. This one. So now you can see the web portal. Is it okay? You can see it now. So when you enter this link on your laptop or computer, you come to the web portal. There you need to log in. I am already logged in, and many of you I've seen are already logged in as well. I will provide you with a test account later on. Just let me explain it first. After you logged in to our site, you can change the different languages. Now we stick to English. Here you can see my paths, my learning experience I've already created. You can see my tasks I've already created. These ones, the plant bed and something like that. Yeah, you can put the picture as well in here. The next thing is public paths. So there are paths we created already. You can use as a teacher. There is a manual, a handbook. There is information provided on what is computational thinking in combination with some YouTube links. We will fill that one, and information about data protection. So you can provide it to your guardians and students and colleagues as well if there are any questions. So when you click on my path, you in your case it's totally empty, and when you want to create a new path, you have to click on create a new path on this plus here. So we click on this one, and then this panel pops up. It's called create a new path with a path title. We call it Eva's best path. It's an example, it's a demo. Then you can decide what is the targeted grade level. Is it for lower, secondary, upper secondary? No, we are older, so with upper secondary. And then here you can write a description. This can be one sentence or super, super long, very detailed, and something like that. When you remember, this was the first picture you could see with the L shape on your mobile phone and on the screen. There's a picture of what you should do, picture of the path, and a description. I always provide a very long description. Oh, or this could be a description like, this is your homework. You should do it until the 7th of May. It's due to this date, something like that. Yeah. And in addition, you have to read in your textbook this and this page, something like that. You can replace this picture with a picture from your computer, or you can leave this image open, something like that, as you like. After you gave the path a title and decided how old the students are, and you gave it a description and maybe a picture, you can decide which task family, which kind of task you want to implement. We are talking about building cubes all the time. Another task family is drone augmented reality, where the students can implement an algorithm of a little drone. You can see it here, the white one, flying over a billboard or over a car or over a tree, but we can stick to this one. So you can click on the blue plus to add this task family to your path. Then you should choose what the students do. Now we are implementing an algorithm. We are choosing a scenario because we can choose between the CCTV tower, the building we've already created, a pyramid, a car, wireframe, a cube, the L shape, a tower, a cube, a gate, a tunnel, and so on. You can go through all these scenarios, a spiral, a chair, and here on this side, you can see, you have to click on this part, so it updates automatically. You can see what the students should create. Now it's a chair, or a house, or an hourglass, or table, something like that. So you can move around, you can make it bigger, you can look it up. When you are satisfied or not, you can go back now and say, okay, that's too high. I just want to stick with the chair. It has a height. It's this one of only 3, I think. We make it a bit smaller, like this. That 2, something like that. Oh, that's too small. So 6. We can choose where this table should start in the coordinate system. So we make it, I always, when they're younger, start with the 1, 1, 1, but you can choose, of course, where to put it. And then you can see automatically this one changes all the time. You can go down, move it around until you are satisfied with your object. I will change it to the, L shape because you already know this shape. So I will change it to this one as you already know. Zoom in. Now I think I'm satisfied with this one. I think that's easy. Here I take a screenshot. Then it changes to the L shape I am satisfied with. Maybe I should zoom a little bit out and go more up. Something like that. Here we go. Yes, and take a screenshot again. Now it's a little bit different. I can give this task a name. It's the first task, of course. Then I have to save it. Then I give it a task description, and I can leave it like that, because we already provided some hints and some descriptions just to replace the size. We did a size of 3, so I could only change this word, but I delete it completely and say implement an algorithm of this L shape. You can write whatever you want. Very long sentences, there's no limit. So we change that. You can leave your hints like this, or you can add more information like I did with the task you've already seen. So you click here, you can sketch the scoop or add some information, then saving it. When you say you only need 2 hints, you can delete this one, you can delete this one, you can add another one, you can rename it, you can add information, something like that, as you like.
As you wish.
When you think, okay, that's a very nice part, a very nice task, you can enter a keyword, maybe Eva, because they're mine, or mathematics, something like that, or L shape. So you can look it up, and then you click Add to Path, because we are adding this task to our path. There you have an overview. You can look up typos. Of course, when you see some mistakes, you can change it afterwards. Of course, again. Now, I think I confirm this, this task, and so I click yes. So now we have a task. Maybe I should upload something like that. Upload. Yes, I will put this one. Yes, that's nice. So upload. Yeah, I own this right. Yes, that's great. So I have a picture now. So it's Eva's best path. There's my first task. And then I can add another task from a different task family, maybe. So I'll click on the drone. Here I choose to implement an algorithm. Of course, students have to program a drone flying over a window in the wall. Yes. So do this. So the students have now to program this little drone flying to the wall, up and down, searching for this window and go through this wall. And the students can make screenshots all the way through. Or I could make the pillars. Yes, this one. Yeah, so you have fly here, land here, or fly across, and make flight with this drone. I think we can make 2 pillars now. We can start with this, with here 1, 2. You can adapt it as you like. You can upload the picture, of course, again, or you can take a screenshot if you want. You can adapt the problem definition. You can adapt the name of this task. In this case, it's second task. Save it. You can add hints. You can save it. You can delete the other ones because you think that one is enough. You can rewrite the problem definition and so on. Then, after you added the keywords, but now I think I'm satisfied. I click add to path. I look it up. It's great, I think. So I click yes. And now here is my learning path. My path has 2 tasks. First task is with building cubes, and another one is programming from the task can be drone augmented reality. And now I think it's enough. I can add 50, 60, 70 tasks. It's up to you how long you make such a learning path. And when I'm satisfied, I click on create the path, and then it's done. So here is my learning path with a name. It's Eva's best path. It's a demo. Here are my 2 tasks. And of course, I can edit them. When I see a typo, or I think I should add another task, or I should rearrange them, or there's a typo, I can edit every single thing in this path. So it's totally up to you. So after you created your path, it's here, Eva's best path, of course, and you can change it, rearrange it as often as you like. So now I want you to try out your own learning path and tasks. So many of you are already registered, so please try it out. And I show you for those who have issues with the registration, because we have some issues with Google accounts, but we will fix that. Here we go. So after you did the registration process, many of you did that already, signed up, got those notification email, confirmed it, and then you can register to and log into the web page. But if you have issues with the registration, please use this email and this password. I will copy paste it into the chat. So you can go to the website. I will copy paste everything so you can try it out. Moment. So.
Silahkan Bapak Ibu untuk membuat path atau kumpulan aktivitas di portal webnya. Jadi kemarin diminta registrasi, gunanya adalah Bapak Ibu sebagai guru. Jadi kalau sebagai guru, Bapak Ibu bisa membuat aktivitas. Nah, membuat kelas juga mirip seperti Google Classroom, tapi ini disusun, bisa menggunakan apa yang ingin dibuat, bisa drone, bisa membuat L-shape, bisa membuat shape-shape yang lain. Jadi silahkan dicoba, Bapak Ibu membuat path. Ini saya gunakan sebagai penugasan di Google Classroom. Bapak Ibu akan meng-share kode path-nya di penugasan nanti. Ya, silahkan sekarang mencoba dulu latihan membuat path-nya. Ya, ada pertanyaan?
And yes, you can share those pin codes in Google Classroom. Of course, you can make a task on Google Classroom and say, enter the app with this code and answer the tasks. So that's.
Ya, buat Bapak Ibu yang kesulitan register gagal bisa menggunakan akun demo ya. Akun demonya alamat emailnya edunchon@gmx.at, passwordnya demo_1505. Itu bisa digunakan yang bagi Bapak Ibu guru yang tidak mendapatkan email verifikasi. Ya, silakan itu digunakan.
So please use the next 10 minutes-ish.
10 menit ya Bapak Ibu.
To try out the web page, and we will continue in 9 minutes. Sum everything up because we are time is running. So try out the web portal. Use my test account if you haven't registered yet, or please register and look up the web portal, and we will continue in 9 minutes.
Oke. Sebaiknya menggunakan laptop ya Bapak Ibu ya untuk yang web portal karena untuk screenshot, untuk tampilan-tampilannya itu lebih memudahkan kalau disetting dari laptop ya. Saya sarankan untuk menggunakan laptop saat membuat pad. Oke. Ada pertanyaan lagi Bapak Ibu? Ada yang mau share screen? Pak Saifuddin Zuhri, cara membuat pad-nya. Siapa yang ingin mencoba share screen, membuat pad-nya?
Saya tadi menggunakan laptop kesusahan, kemudian saya pakai
Siapa?
Kristiana. Tadi
Bu Kristiana, silahkan Bu.
Ya, menggunakan handphone itu walaupun bentuknya sudah L, tetapi masih failure atau masih gagal. Menurut Mister masih ada pengulangan. Nah, saya belum menemukan pengulangan apa yang dimaksud, apakah variabelnya atau bagaimana.
Jadi
Kemudian,
Ibu yang terima kasih pertanyaannya. Jadi saat kodenya dibuat tidak bisa dibedakan blok yang double itu di virtual reality-nya nggak kelihatan bahwa ada dua balok, ada dua kubus di sana, tidak bisa kelihatan. Tetapi sebenarnya itu ada double. Misalnya Ibu buat kode loop dari misalkan 1 sampai 3, X-nya mulai I sampai 3. Terus kemudian buat lagi yang loop untuk yang ke atas, itu dimulai dari 1 lagi. Nah, itu akan double, tapi nggak kelihatan di virtual reality-nya bahwa itu gambarnya ada dua tumpukan jadi satu tempat. Sebenarnya itu kelemahannya yang versi sekarang belum bisa melihat bahwa itu ada double di situ. Berarti Ibu harus cek lagi bahwa satu-satu programnya dipecah dulu. Dicek, oh itu nempatin itu posisinya. Yang satunya, yang loop satunya, dicek, di-initialize, dicek, oh tidak nempatin tempat yang sama. Nah, baru setelah itu bisa programnya tidak failure lagi. Oke, sekarang fokus ke membuat pad, Ibu. Silahkan membuat pad-nya. Bu Eti, ada pertanyaan apa Bu Eti?
Wahid, how can I help you? I see a screenshot from
Ya, Bu Eti ada pertanyaan?
Masih bingung, Mas. Itu caranya kalau sudah muncul tampilan seperti itu, terus bagaimana?
Judulnya, aktivitasnya apa? Kayak tadi, aktivitas Bu Eti untuk kelas 7D gitu.
Oh, seperti
Terus,
itu.
terus kelasnya, grade levelnya itu kelas berapa? Deskripsinya adalah misalkan, ayo memprogram apa gitu. Membuat bangunan dengan memprogram misalnya. Ayo mengarahkan drones gitu. Kalau aktivitasnya tentang drone semua.
Makasih
Gitu.
Mas coba.
Ya. Itu judul, title itu judul, pad title judul padnya. Bisa dikasih judul apa aja sesuai dengan kebutuhan. Misalnya latihan atau PR atau misalnya ini dibuat project untuk ujian, jadi ujian memprogram gitu, ujian membuat piramid gitu. Ada pertanyaan lain?
Setelah diisi dari portal itu, kemudian nanti bagaimana menjalankan atau menumpuk-numpuk kubusnya ya, Sir?
Di mana, Ibu?
Saya boleh share screen ya?
Ya, boleh, silahkan.
Kan misal seperti ini. Saya buat seperti ini, kemudian setelah itu langkah apa yang saya mau harus lakukan? Apakah saya klik di sini building cubes, or langsung algoritmic thinking?
Ya, itu ada tanda plus di bawah itu boleh diklik nggak, Bu?
Oh,
This is what.
just yes, on the blue, yes.
And then
No. Just when you do that, can
I want
just
to
move?
make
Yes.
letter L.
Yes. Yes.
So,
you click on choose what the students to do.
Yang itu
Yes.
klik pada choose what bawah Bu. Sampingnya tanda plus, Atasnya lagi.
Yes.
Nah, itu diklik.
Yes. Nah. Implementation. Yes. Click on the yes. Correct. Nah. Then go back to choose to the scenario. Click
choose
on
scenario
choose.
Bawahnya, Bu. Choose scenario.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
Itu diklik, Bu. Choose scenario-nya. Choose scenario-nya diklik dulu. Ke atas lagi dikit. Kursornya. Nah, samping. Nah, itu ada bawahnya task setting ada choose scenario, diklik.
Yes,
ya.
Yes. And
Mau
then you go,
bikin
yes,
apa?
there's
Mau bikin L
yes.
shape. Ya.
And now you can edit and change
ganti berapa L-nya, berapa yang di X, berapa yang di Y-nya, bisa diganti.
Yes, and update the preview automatically, the 2 blue arrows. Click on the 2 blue arrows, a little bit down, a little bit here.
Ke bawah.
Next to when you go up.
Ke atas.
Yes. Next to left to update the preview automatically. The blue
ya, itu loh,
arrows.
ada panah bolak-balik. Nah.
Yes. So you can see what you have already created. And when she moves the button, to the right, it updates.
Itu bisa digerak-gerakan. Nah. Itu bisa digerak-gerakan terus bisa di capture di screenshot nanti. Bisa digerakin. Nah, bisa. Nah, itu nanti di screenshot. Ya, ke bawah. Nanti bisa di screenshot. Nah, sekarang di screenshot. Teks screenshotnya itu di tag. Yang kiri. Ke bawah. Ke bawah. Nah, itu ada teks screenshot itu. Nah.
Yes.
Nah, gambarnya nanti udah berubah jadi yang L. Sebentar ya.
It takes a minute because so many people are on right now.
It's already.
Okay.
Can be download.
Maybe yes now.
There we go.
Ya. Nah,
Great.
setelah itu boleh dikasih petunjuk, boleh dikasih gitu. Ada pertanyaan lagi, Bu?
Oh, I think it's enough. But for the untuk macam-macam bentuknya hanya lihat dari sininya ya, Mister ya. Choose video.
Iya.
Oke, baik. Saya akan coba lagi.
Iya.
Terima
Ada
kasih.
Pak Awalul Akmal, raise hand. Ada pertanyaan, Pak?
Kalau sudah membuat partnya, terus udah ada kodenya nih. Saya coba-coba tadi membuat mobil, itu sudah jadi. Nah, kodenya itu kita share di mana? Atau cuman tugasnya itu cuman
di copy aja, di share ke siswa, boleh di WhatsApp, boleh di Google Classroom, boleh di email, apapun boleh. Tapi siswa harus punya aplikasinya, Colette-nya. Ya.
Terus ini untuk tugas yang di classroom-nya, Pak, untuk tugas yang di classroom-nya apakah membuat satu pad aja atau bagaimana?
Boleh beberapa pad, boleh, asalkan kodenya diketikkan atau di paste di Google Classroom itu.
Oke, terima kasih, Pak.
Minimal satu. Ya.
Itu aja Pak,
Ya.
terima kasih.
Ya. Ada lagi? Atau kodenya ditulis di papan tulis juga boleh, Pak. Jadi atau ditampilin di screen boleh. Bu Mega Sonata, ada pertanyaan?
Ada,
Halo Bu
Pak.
Mega. Ya, ada
Ada.
pertanyaan?
Ini saya coba pakai HP, Pak. Ada di paling bawah add keyword. Itu apa kita isi ya, Pak?
Keyword itu kata-kata kunci. Di situ sebenarnya ada keyword, apakah itu algoritma, apakah itu
Lower secondary grade itu.
Homework,
homework
mathematics,
atau
geometry,
geometri,
work,
kata kunci sesuai dengan topik yang ditugaskan. Kata kunci kayak boleh dimasukkan kata kunci, boleh enggak, Bu?
Oh, oke, Pak.
Ya.
like a
Kasih ya, Pak.
keyword, a bullet point, some important point. Are there two people raising their hands?
They already asked. Oke.
Yes. Yeah.
Ada lagi Pak Awalul Akmal, boleh diturunkan raise hand-nya jika sudah. Ada lagi Bapak Ibu? Bu Randa, ya, silakan.
Yeah, I already finished the task. I already made a path, but the visibility is your path is private, and you can publish the path to make it available to other users. Do I need to make it public, or is it only private? It's okay.
Yes, when you are doing your path, you can choose as a creator if you want to make it public or not. When you're doing it only for you, you do not need to make it public. It's up to you. But just in case anyone wants to create a learning path or task, or they want to publish it, me and my team, we will receive an email with your path. We will look over the path. If everything is fine, all the settings are done, if something is needed, and if it's solvable, and then we will publish it.
Ya.
All right, thank you.
Jadi ini masih mirip dengan Math City Map, ya. Some of the teachers also learn about Math City Map already.
Yes, I've seen 2 or 3 are using Math City Map, and the head of Math City Map is in Frankfurt, and those people are collaborating here in the Colette app as well. So it's a similar structure. So when you like Math City Map, you will love and like Colette as well. So it's very similar, and in case you need any further information, please let me know. I will answer all of your questions, or I'll try to provide any materials so you can use it in your classroom and set up individual web webinars so you can try it out and ask me anything. Because so 2 people are raising their hands. We will continue with that, and then I will sum it up if it's okay.
Ya. Pak Yosef mau bertanya singkat, Pak?
Saya boleh share screen nggak ya? Ini saya bingung nih, soalnya di VR-nya gambarnya jadi nggak kayak cuboid. Saya mau bikin cuboid, boleh diizinkan?
Ya, silakan. Silakan. Tombol panah double-nya sudah diklik belum? Panah double di bawah. Ke bawah dikit. Ada nggak, Pak? Ke bawah ada tanda panah double. Nah, panah double-nya itu diklik. Nah, klik. So the problems here after changing the variables are the x, y, z and the size. It does not change the building, Eva. Even after pressing the double arrows.
I will show you. So I think that's it's the settings. So here we go. When you create like this, filling cubes, and which one was it? Was it a car? Was it a house? Something like that.
So this the width is 6, the depth is 5, the height is 4, the XYZ start is 111, but the shape is like that. Is it?
So when you want to you have to change it, and sometimes the virtual reality needs some time to adapt. Sometimes the settings aren't right, so you have to change that so it's correct. So sometimes it's like this. And here you have to click on update to preview automatically and click on this one. Then the settings are changing.
So
please check if this one is already clicked. So you have to click here. So it's blue, click on the blue one, then the settings are changed. Here we go. Sometimes it does it automatically. Sometimes you have to refresh the page. So everything changes and is the way you want it to look like.
Silahkan
like
Pak,
here.
yang di bawahnya tanda double panah itu diklik ke kiri dulu, terus di ke kanan lagi, terus press atasnya itu di press lagi tanda double-nya. Coba VR-nya diubah Pak, ini bentuknya apa? Ke atas dulu, ke atas dulu. Ini mau buat apa? Coba tas family-nya Pak, cuboid. Nah ini memang cuboid Pak, memang bentuknya cuboid. Bapak mau bikin apa? Bapak mau bikin apa? Halo, Pak Yusef? So if it is cuboid, that is correct cuboid. So it will not make any L. Bapak ini kalau tesnya ini cuboid, dia akan terbentuk cuboid bukan L, ya?
Yes, when he has to change the scenario, he has to move up a little bit.
Ya, ke atas Pak. Kalau mau, ya. Sudah paham Pak Yusef?
Sudah, tadi sih cuman pertanyaan saya, jadi gambarnya kelihatan kayak 2 dimensi, jadi sumbu Y-nya nggak kelihatan ya, atau sumbu Z-nya gitu. Kan
Bapak
kalau yang
bisa,
punya si Y tadi kan
bisa gerak-gerakan, itu bisa digerak-gerakan di bagian VR-nya itu Bapak bisa geser-geser.
sudah
Baru
saya gerak-gerakin, masalahnya kelihatannya cuma di sumbu X dan Y doang. Cuman kelihatan ada 2 sumbu doang, sumbu ketiganya nggak kelihatan. Itu doang sih permasalahan.
Kan ketinggian ya Pak.
Iya, makanya ketutupan gitu loh. Kan kalau yang
bisa
punya ibunya tadi kan kelihatan ngegeser lagi ya, berarti harus digeser lagi gitu ya?
Digeser lagi. Oke,
Oh.
clear.
Oke, thank you.
Oke, jangan lupa Bapak Ibu diisi form evaluasinya. Oke, Eva, now you can wrap up.
Yes. Today I wanted to show you in a quick and brief way what is computational thinking and how you could use digital tools like an app with your smartphone or tablet in your classroom in a quick way, to combine it with geometry, to combine it with spatial orientation, to combine mathematical thinking with other subjects, to promote computational thinking, what is so important. And I really I'm so grateful that I was able to speak in front of such a big audience from so far away, from such a little country. I come from Austria. And I'm so happy and pleased. Wahid, thank you very much for this opportunity to speak in front of you, and I'm really honored to do that. Thank you for all of your questions. I hope we could answer them all, and in case you have many more, please write me. I will provide you a link. Please look in the chat now. It's an evaluation link on this whole webinar on computational thinking and how this teacher training was structured. And the last question is an open question where you can put, because the survey, of course, is anonymous. If you want me to contact you or have any other questions, you can leave your email address here. Or if you do not want to put any email address anywhere, I will send you my email address here in the chat. And you can write me anytime. We can set up another webinar if you have any questions, and do a collaboration between your country and mine, and do similar things in 2 different classrooms. That would be nice. So work together all over the world. So if you're interested, please let me know. And thank you very much. Thank you for recording, Vahid.
Yes.
And thank you for the
You're welcome. Maybe can you share about the July conference, if they can try out with the students and they can present something?
Yes. And I will also say something or show you something. I think I got it here. Yes. In July, here in Austria, we have a big conference. It's called Colette, of course. It's for the digital tools in classroom and to foster computational thinking in mathematics classroom or in other subjects. It's from the 16th to 18th of July at the JKU. And if anyone is interested, you can come and visit Linz. And if you have any questions, please let me know. It's for European teachers, so we can finance it with Erasmus Plus money. But if anyone is interested coming to the JKU, we will figure something out regarding payment, something like that. So I will send this flyer also into the chat, and maybe Vahid will send everything around in addition. All of my material.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Eva. So yes, we still can contact and collaborate in the future, and hopefully we can participate on your conference with Indonesians implementations or case studies. Yeah, we are looking forward to having our teachers to innovate it with these apps and tried it out with your students. Bapak Ibu silahkan mencoba app ini ke siswa. Itu ada flyer tentang conference. Kalau misalkan memang papernya atau penelitiannya bisa diterima, dia bisa mengusahakan funding jika Bapak Ibu mau datang ke sini di bulan Juli. Silahkan, ayo. Minat nggak? Siapa yang nggak minat? Silahkan, makanya dipelajari yang benar, kemudian dicobakan ke siswanya. Terus ditulis sebagai penelitian, bisa kolaborasi dengan saya, dengan Eva, dan dengan peneliti lain. Oke? Okay, I think this is the end of our sessions. Eva, once again, thank you very much for your wonderful presentations and workshops today. We really appreciate it, and in the future, maybe we will need to meet you again because it is interesting. We are proud of this app. We like this app, and I hope it is it helps our students in Indonesia as well. So once again, thank you very much, Eva. We do apologize with any inconveniences. So See you in another occasions. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Eva.
Thank you, Miss Eva, Mas Wahid.
Ya.
Mr. Wahid, boleh
Yes.
dibagikan nanti recordingnya, Mister?
Ya, oke.
Mau
Recordingnya nanti akan. Oke, Bapak Ibu selalu pantau ininya ya, grup WhatsApp-nya untuk pemenang door prize untuk sesi hari ini. Bu Diah, door prize-nya diumumkan sekarang atau di grup WhatsApp, Bu Diah?
Teman-teman masih sabar menunggu
Sekarang lah biar seru. Sekarang lah biar
Sekarang
seru.
gimana gimana?
Oke, baik. Kalau
Sekarang,
sekarang mungkin ini Mas Wahid. Jadi diberikan kepada Bapak Ibu yang sudah bertanya, yang tadi sudah aktif bertanya atau memaparkan hasilnya. Namun karena ada lebih dari yang diinginkan di giveaway-nya, jadi Casio Indonesia menyediakan just 2, jadi hanya 2 untuk malam ini. Maka dari yang tadi sudah bertanya atau memaparkan hasilnya, diberikan 1 pertanyaan oleh Eva, Mas Wahid.
Eva,
jadi
we have a door prize. We have a door prize.
Yang sudah bertanya, silakan tulis di chat. Nanti siapa yang jawabannya benar dan terduluan, paling duluan.
Okay.
Itu ya, Mister ya,
So,
Mas Wahid ya. Siap.
Yeah, we want you to ask one questions. If the participant can answer, he or she will get a door prize.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now you can ask one simple question.
Oke, yang siap-siap, yang tadi sudah aktif
yang
ya.
Tadi sudah bertanya atau share screen boleh menjawab ya.
Mohon ya. Ya, itu.
Ya, yang bertanya saja dan yang share screen tadi. Oke? Silakan. Now, yeah.
I can ask a question. Okay?
Yeah, one simple question. Okay.
We talked about computational thinking, right?
Yes.
And when you think about computational thinking, there are 4 main components, skills, concepts with computational thinking. And one part was finding structures which are similar, to find similarities, to pick those pieces up, to draw general conclusions. And how was this skill called? Can someone remember? Finding similarities.
So, itu komponen apa Bapak Ibu yang menemukan?
Yes, it's right.
Okay, Mr. Akmal. Okay, you got it.
Ya, baru 1. Karena sudah dijawab, berarti berarti pertanyaannya.
Thank you.
Maybe one more question atau bagaimana Mas Wahid, karena kan sudah sama, atau kita ambil yang terdahulu, ada awalul ya dan juga sonata seperti itu.
Ya, boleh.
Oke.
Mau aku dia manut, saya manut.
Oke, baik.
Oke, thank you Eva for the questions.
Pertama aja, Bun.
Ya.
2 pertama aja.
2 pertama saja. Baik. Jadi yang mendapatkan giveaway dari Casio Indonesia untuk malam ini ada 2.
Selamat.
Sudah jawab ya, kita berikan tepuk tangan ya. Nanti bisa
3 lah, Bu.
Ya.
Soalnya tadi sinyal saya macet, Bu. Iya, Bu.
Mudah-mudahan ya. Jadi sudah ada ya, silakan nanti menghubungi Mbak Pinta yang juga ada di grup ya. Nanti silakan teman-teman. Baik, itu. Ada tambahan lagi mungkin dari Mas Wahid atau Miss Eva?
Sudah enough?
Sudah.
Thank you.
Sudah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Baik Bapak Ibu. Wow, bagaimana? Sangat menarik dan pastinya menantang ya Bapak Ibu. Jadi saya yakin masih banyak yang penasaran ya Bapak Ibu. Nah, oke, it's our first meeting dari webinar series Computational Thinking for Mathematics Teacher. Semoga Bapak Ibu semakin bersemangat, penasaran, dan rajin mencobanya terus ya Bapak Ibu. Belajar terus, saling berbagi di grup kita, juga di Google Classroom kita ya Bapak Ibu. Baik, thank you so much for your attention. Inshallah we will meet again on webinar series for the second meeting on next Wednesday. 31 Mei ya Bapak Ibu di hari Rabu 31 Mei 2023. Thank you so much for Eva Smith-Heller, Mas Wahid. Oh ya. Terima kasih sangat juga Mbak Pinta ya, Pak Presiden MN, teman-teman tim Solid MN dan juga Bapak Ibu hebat peserta webinar series kali ini. Terima kasih atas perhatiannya Bapak Ibu semua. Atas kekurangannya saya mohon dimaafkan dan salam B2M2MN. Belajar berbagi, memotivasi, menginspirasi bersama Matematika Nusantara. Baik Bapak Ibu, saya akhiri. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.